Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Monday, August 12th, and we are here trying to help you make better, maybe less bad financial decisions. And we do that by encouraging you to go to our website. That's jillonmoney.com. And in the upper right-hand corner, there is a very handy Contact Us button. When you click that button, you complete a form, and we'll get that as the email. If you'd like to join us live, then all you need to do is check the box, and Mark will do everything else because he is the best executive producer in the whole wide world. While you're on the website, don't forget to sign up for the free weekly newsletter and subscribe to Jill on Money Live for $35. In the next 12 months, you will have access to quarterly live webinars. You'll be able to watch the old webinars, and there's also special bonus video content. So you may want to check that out. Right now, let us start the program, and we are going to Dave, who's on the line from the Midwest. Hi, Dave. How are you?
Good. I'm doing well, Jill.
What's going on? How can we help you out?
My question really is about my unusual circumstances. I've listened to your podcast for quite a while, and I'm still working at age 72, and I'm really thinking about next year in, let's say, the time frame of March of really retiring. And I've been told that everything looks good. Our advisor has said everything looks good. Our monthly expenses are about $8,000 a month. I'd say $6,000 to $8,000, but I know you always like to go with a higher number.
Not that we don't trust you. We just want to make sure you have a nice time during retirement. That's why we like the bigger number. Okay, so $8,000 a month. When you retire, what sources of income will you have?
Okay, basically, I don't have any pension, and neither does my wife. And I'm pulling down around $370,000 a year in salary, and she's pulling from 2 part-time jobs, which she enjoys, about $22,000. So we don't have any mortgage. Both kids have been launched successfully, and so really, it's fairly clean. We don't have any car loans, student loans, anything like that. So we're basically debt free. Mm-hmm. And we have about, right now, looking at cash, we have about $233,000. And I know that's more cash than we need, but the reality is I always want to keep at least 6 months to a year of cash.
Yeah. I'm with you, Dave. I'm totally with you. I love that. We know we're talking to you on a day where the market's down. You have days like this and you start thinking to yourself, yeah, having a year's worth of cash is a great idea. So I have no quibble with $230,000 in your cash account. How much have you saved in retirement assets?
Okay. All my retirement and my wife's retirement assets are in pre-tax 401ks. No Roth, I hate to say, but we have $983,000 in 401k money. We have an annuity worth right at $300,000 that beginning in March of next year would throw off about $16,000 a year, and a survivor benefit is built into it. So my wife gets it after my time here is over.
I like how you put that. After my time here has concluded.
Brokerage accounts, $918,000.
Okay. And are you guys, I mean, I know you said you're 72. Did you start collecting Social Security at age 70?
Yeah, I had to. So right now I'm getting about $4,725 a month, but I have 22% withheld for income taxes. Mm-hmm. And
what about your wife?
She is not. She is just turned 67, and she is not eligible to get a full retirement until the end of next February, and then she gets half of my slice. So,
all right. So, are you telling me that next year, when you're retiring, you'll have this $4,725 a month. She'll get half of that. And, essentially you have 1.8, $1.9 million, forgetting about the annuity for a second, that's really, you're in great shape. Because as I added up very quickly, what I say to myself is, I say, two Social Securities plus the 16 grand a year from the annuity, that's pretty close to your needs. I mean, it may not be 100% because, you'll have taxes, but that's pretty good, right?
Yeah, I would say so. And I guess um, I don't want to say fly in the ointment, but the additional issue is that once I retire, then I have to start taking RMDs. And
Mm.
my advisor, who works with a really large bank, by the way, says that uh, my RMD will be around $50,000 to $51,000 a year.
Yeah. Well, there's not. Let me ask you one question. Maybe there's one other thing we can do. Tell me a little bit more about the annuity. Is that annuity? Does it come from pre-tax money or post-tax money? Did you dump money in there, or was it a retirement plan?
Well, it started out on my last employer as a retirement plan, so it's pre-tax as far as everything
Mm-hmm.
goes.
But
But
you don't have to. You don't have to turn the spigot on next year, do you?
no, I do not.
Maybe we shouldn't do that because you are going to get a whopping RMD. You're going to have to deal with it. I mean, and maybe we just wait on that annuity. Could you potentially roll that? Are all the fees done on that annuity? That 300,000?
Yes.
I'm thinking that maybe we want to roll that into an IRA rollover account. So I'm not even sure you need to have this extra income coming in. Maybe it's better if we wait. I mean, look, the bottom line is you're going to have to pay tax on all this money. You're in an enviable position. You've got tons of income. Your taxable income is going to be more than you would like. On the other hand, it is kind of good, isn't it? Like, when you think about it, the worst thing that I could say to you is like, well, you're going to have to pay taxes. Big deal, really. Because when I look at it, you said you're making more than $300,000 right now, right?
Oh yeah, about 360 right now, 365.
All right, 365 with your wife, it's 380. So right now, your top tax bracket is 32%. The good news is that even with your required minimum distribution, if tax rates don't move, and we don't know what's going to happen, but if they don't move, even if we've got more income than you would like, your tax bracket's going down to, at worst 24%, but maybe 22%. So maybe we shouldn't worry so much. If you're in the 32% bracket right now, maybe at the very least, you should start pulling when you're, again, this is next year, right? Because you're still going to make a ton of money this year. Next year, maybe we see, by the way, maybe you could give your notice at the end of December. I don't know if you'd consider that, but if your tax bracket is going to drop to 24%, the top of that bracket is around 384,000. So maybe you work with your advisor and say, let me pull out as much money as I can up to that 384,000 or so level so that you are able to pay the tax at 24%. It's certainly better than your top bracket of 32%. And that way you may be able to manage some of the liability. Again, Dave, you're in a great place, right? And I'm so happy for you, but I don't think that there's a great way for us to make that tax liability go away. And maybe we just say, okay, heck, we'll pay the freight. That's that. And work with that advisor and say, we're going to have to pay the tax that's due anyway. Let's start pulling the money out. Let's try to stay at the top of 24% and no more than that for as long as we possibly can and see where you go next. I mean, you're in such a beautiful situation. So congratulations. And I'm going to ask you a couple of nasty, annoying questions because I can do that, right?
Okay.
Do you guys have your estate documents done?
Oh yes.
Okay, great. And the other thing I will ask is, as you look ahead, is there anything big that you are considering? In other words, you say you have a house that's paid off, another house, a different house, anything like that?
No, and over the years, I've always tried to play it, and my wife is the same way. We've tried to play it conservative. We haven't bought condos at the beach or cabins in the woods or anything like that. Although, that's all very tempting, but we kind of felt like that would be taking our eye off the prize.
I love that you are conservative. You're speaking my language. I want you to just try to remember this is a little bit of a problem in a wonderful story. So congratulations to you and your wife. I'm going to hope that we'll hear more from you and work with the advisor and say, I just want to try to get as much money out and stay in the 24% bracket. And that advisor will be able to hold your hand through it. So we wish you the very best of luck. And of course, thank you so much for getting in touch with us. And if you're listening and you're thinking about Dave's situation, I want you to take away two big things that he said. Number one is, they were so conservative, they didn't want to risk a big, huge purchase. Now, I am not saying that you shouldn't go out and buy your second home or go to your dream home, whatever that is. But remember that down the road, there could be repercussions for making that choice. So if you are worried about that, if you're thinking about a big purchase or a big change, and you'd like to have us weigh in with you on that, get in touch with us. Go to JillOnMoney.com. Click the Contact Us button. Let us know if you want to come on the air by checking the box. Don't forget to check out all of the content that lives on our website. We've got blogs, we've got other shows, we've got resources, and of course, the free weekly newsletter. Mark does such a great job with that every single Friday it comes out. You can subscribe to us on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your favorite podcast. Try to lift someone up. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.